Mount up. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to stay focused in 4 steps. Let's get started. Okay, guys, we're going to get straight into it. When it comes to focus, it is critically important for us to complete our task, to get the things done that we know should be done, but somehow we lose our focus. So I want to give you guys a few tips on how to stay focused. Tip number 1, do creative work first. Whatever it takes for you to get that motor running, we have to do the creative things first. We have to use that energy. That's when we have a lot of energy. And every time we have to do make a tough decision, it drains us. That drains your energy and it lowers our focus. Okay, so we do a lot of mindless stuff first, and that just kills all of our energy. So forget about the mindless stuff and do the more creative things that takes concentration. Do those things first. Okay, so in order to focus effectively, reverse the order of doing mindless things to doing things that are very important and things that are require concentration, that takes a lot of creative thought. Do those things first, because as the day moves on, our energy, our mental clarity tends to wane. So we want to do the tougher things first, starting in the morning, and then as the evening goes on, you start doing easier work a little bit later. Like if you have to check emails and, or schedule meetings or something like that, do that later in the day where it takes less thought power, and that'll help with your focus. Tip number 2, allocate your time deliberately. Simply allocate your time deliberately. See, what we really want to do is realize that we focus most of the time in 2 areas. If you're a morning person, you have a lot of focus in the early hours. So you want to allocate that time to do the most important or the toughest task at that moment. Some people has more focus at night because they are night owls. And so you want to allocate time for your toughest jobs. It takes a lot of thought power to relegate that to nighttime. So just notice where and when you focus best, then allocate your toughest tasks for those moments. And the 3rd tip, you want to realize that your mind is a muscle. But what I mean by that is that multitasking kills focus. When you're multitasking, you're not fully concentrating on any one of the particular tasks that you are juggling. Really cut out the multitasking. Any job or task or goal that you have to complete that's truly important, give it all your attention. You're going to do a better job when you do that, and you may also get it done faster. Okay, it's a lazy habit to do important tasks mixed in with menial tasks, not giving your full attention and focus on anything else. You're going to miss subtle cues. You're going to mess up here and there and not really pick up on those things. Okay, so that might be the norm today, but if you want the ability to focus, you have to be able to eliminate the distractions. Okay, so practice concentrating by turning off all the distraction and committing your attention to a single task. Start small, maybe 5 minutes a day, and then work up to like larger chunks of time. So if you find your mind wandering, don't worry about it. Just return to the task at hand. Okay, you have to build up that concentration. If you consider a time when if you ever tried to meditate, you'll find in the beginning that it is extremely hard to meditate sometimes, because one of the purposes of meditating is to quiet the little noise and all those voices in your mind, and to think or focus on one thing or think on nothingness. And you find that it's hard to do, that you can't do it. You're always thinking about something, paying the bills, walking the dog, etc., etc. But the same thing can be said about when you are addicted to multitasking. So you have to eliminate all the other multitasks that you want to do and just focus on one single task. Dedicate yourself to doing it for about 5 minutes and then build that time up. And you will feel a lot more rewarded in the end. And the last and final tip about achieving your goals and staying focused is when you have a particular goal that you want to achieve, and let's say it's a big goal, focus is going to play a huge role in it, because all these other things, when we're talking about distractions and multitasking and things like that, they will come along and they will knock you off course. And when you lose sight of your goal, when you lose sight of the prize, you'll lose momentum. And when you lose momentum, you'll tend to want to give up, because it's so hard to rebuild momentum again. That's not to say that it's impossible. It's just very difficult to rebuild momentum again. So the goal here is to keep your eye on the prize, as it were, or keep your eye on the goal. Do not focus on the hurdle. Don't focus on the pothole. Don't focus on the distraction. When you take your eye off the goal, you may be on your way to giving up. Don't give a lot of energy to the distraction. Eliminate the distraction. Keep your eye on the goal and keep pressing forward. You have to be focused on your end result at all times. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any tips on how you can stay focused that may benefit others, put it in the comment section below. So until next time, conquerors, conquer.